I also have this motto in life: make it happen.
That was one of the big motivations for you to be able to work from home, wasn't it?
Being a single mom,
Yeah.
when I'm looking at my kids, I know that I've been doing great. You know the things that's good for you. You know your friends that will be good for you. It's up to you.
Welcome to 11 Minutes with My Lodi. This is a platform to learn all about the most amazing things, the challenging things, and the ins and outs of being a virtual assistant with Virtual Spotter.
Here we go. I'm not sure what happened, but we're back on. Lovely to see you again, Nina.
It's good to see you too, boss.
I just done, as I was sort of getting everything set up, I just done like a little intro of who you are and just like what I anticipate sort of getting out of today. And one thing that I got this the moment that we first met was like how bubbly and energetic your personality was. And then when we got to meet in person, it was like that again. Like it was more than like, you know, what you get in video in a really positive and healthy way. So I think you have an amazing personality, boss, and it's your character is very beautiful.
Thank you so much, boss. Thank you so much.
We've spoken like briefly prior, but like and I think we've spoken deeply on like small parts of your life, but like I've never really understood or like learned, you know, like a lot about you. So I'm looking forward to catching up today and then, you know, having you share some of, you know, your life personally with all of us at Virtual Spotter. So if you can sort of introduce yourself and give us a bit of a rundown of like where you're sort of from in the Philippines, boss.
I'm actually from Kawit, Cavite. So it's like a 2-hour drive from where we went for a team building.
Okay. Oh, cool. 2-hour drive from there. Yeah, cool. Is it like 2 hours closer to Manila or like further from Manila?
From Manila, it's just like 30 minutes to 1 hour. If
Got
there's
ya.
no traffic, yeah.
Got you. Yeah. I think it took us, like, we stopped on the way there, but when we left, it took like 4 hours. It took like 4 hours to get there from Manila. Like way longer than what I was anticipating, but that was okay. I know where you are. That's cool. So yeah, you were born there. You went to school there as well. Like, have you always been there?
Yes. Basically, I just left Cavite when I started working. So, basically, for my first job was here in Cavite as well. It's just like a 10 minutes drive
Okay.
from my place. So it's a hotel, a small hotel here in Cavite. So I've been with them for more than 2 years, 2 years and a couple of months.
And what were you doing there?
The first year that I've been hired with this hotel, I was actually in the kitchen. So I'm a
Yeah.
kitchen steward. So I washed the dishes, I assisted the chefs, and then after a year, got promoted as a telephone operator. So we are the receptionist. So
Awesome.
yeah, we take in calls, assisting the guests um, request their orders and things like that.
Yeah. Awesome, boss. So when you went to school, like, tell us a little bit about, like, let's go back a little bit. Like, tell us about school. Like, what was school like for you? Did you enjoy school? Was it challenging?
I'm more of an athletic person. So basically, I do good in academic, but I prefer being in sports. So I tried playing basketball. I tried playing sepak takraw. It's actually a national sport here in the Philippines before, and I've tried playing badminton, but technically my sport is volleyball.
Yeah,
So
volleyball.
I enjoyed going to school because of that. I'm actually a
Volleyball.
volunteer.
Yeah. Wow. That's cool. And what sort of volleyball? They play volleyball on like a basketball court, or is it in sand?
We actually have a separate court for basketball and volleyball there. However, it's not covered. So yeah, I that's why I'm really tanned.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. And because you're not really like typically, volleyball plays usually really tall or not always.
Technically, here in the Philippines, usually women are short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the net is really higher than us. So I'm not. It's really not a usual thing to have a height. If it's not, if it's not a really if it's just provincial schools. So yeah, I was just so lucky that I got in.
Yeah, that's cool. And so like, yeah, you went to school for mostly for athletics or like physical activity. Did you find the academic side of it challenging, or it just wasn't of interest?
It's really a bit challenging, especially for math. I'm
Yeah.
Yeah.
really not good at numbers, but yeah, I I actually did good too in academic. It's a bit challenging, especially in college,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I got through it. Just to give you a heads up, boss, I actually did not graduate.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
This is
me
Me.
either.
it's because of financial. As we always know, here in the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Philippines, it's a really a big deal in going to school, especially if you lack financial. If you have financial issues. So yeah, when I started working, I really really wanted to go back to school. However, I got pregnant. So instead of thinking about going to school, I think about what will happen next if I, for my kids.
Yeah. So how old were you then?
I'm actually 20 years old when I got pregnant, so
Yeah. Yeah. And what were you studying, or were you studying in college?
it's actually hotel and restaurant management.
Okay.
Okay.
Bachelor in science, yeah, in hotel and restaurant management. That's the reason why my first job was actually in hotel.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Look, like I'm sure that there's some lessons, although you didn't graduate, I'm sure that there is lessons that you got from there that you've, been able to apply in, after college.
Well, yes, there's a lot, boss. There's really a lot of lessons that I've learned. Well, the first thing is here in the Philippines, when you did not graduate, most companies will actually look into that your educational background. So technically, if you would like to have a higher salary, you really needed a diploma for that,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that's the reason why um, I switched to a different job. So after the hotel experience that I had, because that's really a small hotel, and the pay is really not giving. So it cannot give you things that you needed, especially for my kid. I have a kid by then. So I switched into the BPO industry. So customer service also. I switched into the BPO industry. By that time, I continued up until today.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, technically after what I've been through, so I did not finish college, and it's really a hard thing to find, you know um a job that gives you a higher salary. So mostly I I just give out a lot of confidence, especially for interviews. So
Um,
as much as I needed to, I would really let the interviewers know that I can learn as fast as I can. I can adapt to things that they are gonna teach me. So I do it with confidence. That's
yeah.
actually um, one of the lessons that I've learned. And I also have this motto in life that what make it happen all the time.
Yeah.
Whatever
Yeah.
you do, make it happen.
Where did that motto come from?
It's actually a Bible verse, but mostly it's been used like a quote, a short quote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So because things you always has struggles, right? So even if you think that's impossible, I always make sure it happens, especially for my kids.
That's cool. I love that one. Make it happen because to me, and it might mean something a little bit different to you, but to me, when you say make it happen, what that means is that it doesn't matter about the circumstance, the environment, or anything out of your control. You just have to action the task. Yeah, yeah, I love it. Yeah, make it happen. I think it's really, really cool. It's a great motto to have, boss. Do you teach that to your children?
Yes, definitely. My kids actually, it's not like I'm not bragging about it, but definitely they've been doing good at school too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So especially my eldest, she's really been in good in that academic. She
that's
That's
always
cool.
cool.
being awarded every year.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
it's really a good thing. For my youngest, since she has autism, we are still working on it. But the good thing is she's being acknowledged all the time as well. So that's um um one of the things that I'm proud of. Being a single mom, being a single
yeah,
mom,
Yeah.
when I'm looking at my kids, I know that I've been doing great for them because
you're a
You're
super,
super.
they're growing up properly.
you're a superwoman for sure. Working full time, raising, and I imagine that. How old are you? How they're both girls? Yeah, you got two daughters. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Two daughters. Yep.
How old? How old are they?
The eldest just turned 15, and my youngest just turned 9 this year as well.
Yeah, cool. Uh, and I imagine the like. What are some like? Do they get along pretty well? The girls? Are they like the? Do they get along pretty well? Are the girls pretty friendly? Like they.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
that's cool.
having a teenage kid, it's a really challenging because
Yeah.
they're in a puberty stage. So
Yeah.
before she's really really sweet, she's really clingy, but now she tends to get more distant. But the good thing is whenever I ask her for, like, let's say a hug or a kiss, she do that. They get
Yeah,
along
that's cool.
but not really well because she tends to be alone. She really wants to be alone sometimes, most of the time actually. I don't think if that's a good thing, but I know it's just a puberty stage. It's
Yeah.
gonna pass through.
Yeah, for sure. Do what are some of the challenges? What's your youngest daughter's name?
Younger's daughter's name is Iyana
Yeah.
Sophia.
Iana. What are some of the challenges that you guys face, or like you're working through? You know, like managing autism, boss.
For autism, basically, she's not like other kids, normal kids, because normal kids, when they tend to, if they wanted something, if let's say your kid is normal, let's say they don't have autism, and they want something, when they saw you angry, or if let's say you ask them to stop, most of them would stop immediately, right? If they know that you're already mad at them.
Yeah,
But for autism, if they don't want to stop, you you really cannot stop them.
yeah,
They really tend to um, throw tantrums if ever. Let's say they did not get what they want. That's actually one of the most challenging that we had before. But now, since we are doing therapies, we have checkups every 6 months. Uh, we also do home therapy, just to give you a heads up, boss. So it's really very very stressful because you have to do what they're doing in the therapy center. And also for autism, they do regress. So regression, it's actually like they know a lot of things already, but at some moment they tend to forget. They just stop doing those things that they have learned. It's like it has been erased from their memory.
right.
So if you stop doing therapies, or if you stop doing activities that help their brain development, they have regression. So
Right.
Right.
it's one of my dilemma, because we have experienced that all the time.
Right. Um, that was one of the big motivations for you to be able to work from home, wasn't it? Like, so you can still do, like, it's huge.
Oh well, I've been working on site for the past 15 years, since my eldest since I gave birth to my eldest. And it's basically it's really tiring. And at the same time, my kids are growing up. I see them that they're struggling. They needed a mom. They needed a parent. Since I'm a single mom, the only person who's taking care of them is my mother. And we all know that kids really needed a parent, right? So after 15 years of working on site, I actually tried looking for a work from home job or a remote work. And I'm really, really glad that Virtual Spotter gave me that opportunity. I don't have any experiences being a virtual assistant, but Virtual Spotter trusted me on that, and I'm really glad, because I was able to even though when I'm working, I still can make activities with my youngest. Especially she needed that since we're doing home therapy, and
Yeah.
it's really, really a good thing that I've been hired by
Yeah.
Yeah.
virtual.
You made it happen, boss. You made it happen.
Oh well, thank you so much. Well, it's not, if not for your trust, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be doing the things that I've been doing now, especially with my youngest, who needed more attention.
Yeah.
If not
Yeah.
for your trust, if not for you, if not for Virtual Spotter, I'm still be, working on site,
Yeah.
commuting for
Yeah.
like 2 to 3 hours, getting tired.
Wild.
And here, in Virtual Spotter, I get to sleep for more than 6 hours by my kids' side. I
Yeah.
can actually prepare their food before going to school, things like that. So I'm
Yeah.
really, really happy to be a part of Virtual Spotter.
We're very happy to have you be a part of it, boss. Definitely. Does your youngest daughter like does she do like homeschooling, or is she in the schooling system?
She's actually in the mainstream now. She was released in the mainstream. Technically, she's in a regular school, physical school.
That's really good. That's amazing.
Yeah, because for autism, what the therapists do is to work on their socialization.
Yeah.
So it's not really good they're really not good for homeschooling. So it's a
Got
good
ya.
thing, because we have special education as well for special kids. So before you're being released to the mainstream or the regular school, as what we call, is you have to study in a special school, a special education.
Yes.
So we have been there for like a year, and then good thing is, uh, they said that my kid is actually bright, so they are going to release my kid. So she's been um in a regular school for 3 years now.
Wow, that's amazing. What are your hobbies outside of work? What do you enjoy doing outside of work?
Well, I'm always at home, so
Yeah.
playing with my kids. I have
Yeah.
nephews as well. Basically, I always just play with them. I do a lot of arts. So instead, let's say for toys. So instead of buying them, if I know I can do it, I do them. I do them.
You make it.
Yes, I make it. Uh I love to draw. I love to draw. I love to um make arts and crafts. So
Wow.
that's what I do with my youngest.
Does she like that too?
Yes, we tend to do things that we both like.
There's almost like it's like a meditation, like doing like arts or crafts or drawing, or even like I can color in with my children, and there's like you find yourself instantly in like a state of meditation, like a flow state. You're just like very relaxed, like you're concentrating on like coloring in between the lines, and all you're thinking about is that like there's something really powerful about like art. I think it's got to do with creation as well, because you're create, especially when you draw, right? Like have a think about, like, you have a plain piece of paper, and then you spend time and your thoughts, and then you draw like artwork, like you're visualizing like an image that was in your mind. That's wild.
Yes. Well, most of the time I watch YouTube videos. Let's say toys that can be bought online. But if I know that I can do it, like a cloth toy, like a fish, things like that. Used. Crap. Felt cloth has been used. I just sew
Wow.
them and I make it with my youngest, and she enjoys that.
That's cool.
Whenever I see some arts and crafts videos on, let's say, on TikTok or on YouTube, I buy those materials,
Items.
and then we do it
Yeah.
together. That's what we do
That's
all
so
the
cool.
time.
You have to share. Can you share the pictures of some of your toys and some of your artwork, boss? I'd love to see them. Yeah.
I can.
Yeah,
I
I love.
actually have a video for that. I actually do carpentry as well, because that
What?
time, yes. If you know, boss, a kitchen toy, it's just super expensive that time.
Yeah. Like for a kid.
2 or 3 years old,
Yeah.
when she was first diagnosed with autism. It's super expensive. And when I watch like do it yourself kitchen toy for them, I think that I know I can do it. And I have a video for that uploaded on YouTube. Also with
Wow, that's
Wow, that's
the toy, the felt cloth toy that I made, like a cake, a fish, an
no
egg.
way. That's amazing. I can't wait to see it. Definitely share it. We'll cut it into this video, boss. Yeah, that'd be cool. So arts and crafts. Yeah, that's what you like doing. Like, do you guys like do you enjoy food? Do you cook, or does your mum cook in your house?
I cook. I cook. I am the one preparing their breakfast before going to school.
What's for breakfast?
Mostly it's adobo,
yeah,
egg, just simple breakfast. So
yeah.
um,
Rice.
mm, fried
Of
rice.
course,
We
yes.
love fried rice.
Ah, delicious.
Anything goes with fried rice, like tapa. If you know tapa,
Yeah,
it's like a marinate. It's a marinated pork, so they love
Yeah,
it. And
delicious.
adobo.
yeah. What's your favorite food?
Pares.
What is that?
Well, Paris is actually a dish. It's like a soupy dish, but it
Okay.
has meat on it, and it's paired with rice. That's why it's called Paris. Paris
Right.
means here.
Right. Is it like a really thin soup? Like a is that what you said? Is it a soup?
It's like a soup, yeah, but and has a few meats inside.
Yeah. And do you have a sweet tooth? Like, do you like desserts?
Yes, I do bake.
Yeah.
We have an online shop, bake online bake shop.
Wow.
What do you bake?
We make cookies, we make cakes, we make customized cakes, anything that
Uh,
anything that's trending actually.
Yeah. I think we need to have like a cookie off. Like you bake your cookies and Boss Ben bakes his cookies, and then we do a blind test to see who has the best cookies.
I'm actually supposed to give you one last time.
Oh, it's like my kryptonite. If you if you make a caramel and chocolate chip cookie, it's game over. Like that's my kryptonite for sure.
Yeah, I can definitely do that for you. I'll
yeah.
make it for you.
Next year we have to have, yeah, we'll have like a cookie competition. Everyone brings in their best cookie, and we blind test it.
good. I'm really not that good, boss.
Well, I will tell you if you're good or not because I'm going to be the taste tester.
Okay. It's like, it's like more of earning money. That's why
Of
we,
course.
Of
but
course.
practically we I tried baking since 2014.
Yeah.
So I just watch. I don't take classes for baking. I just watch YouTube videos, and
Yeah.
yeah, I tried doing one. Since it's really when you watch like baking videos, you tend to think that, wow, this is delicious. I think
Yeah.
that's really good. So I tried baking. Um the first one that I baked was a cupcake.
Right.
It's
Right.
not good in appearance, but definitely
Taste.
it tastes good.
Yeah.
And then
So
that's
cool.
the first. I continued baking, but most especially our best seller is our monster cookie. It's a 9-inch cookie stuffed with chocolate inside.
Ah,
It's
delicious.
really,
9 inches of cookie. Wow. Do people like eat, do people buy them in substitute of like a birthday cake or something like that? Do they,
yes,
or like for a group?
yes,
Yeah,
we do that.
delicious.
um some clients request for like a name to be put on the cookie. We do
Yeah,
it. It's like a cookie cake, but it's just a one
yeah,
inch cookie so that it will
yeah,
still be chewy inside.
delicious. So you had your first daughter when you were 20 and your second daughter when you were what, 26?
Nine, 27, 28, around
Yeah.
that time.
So, like, what were some of the challenges having like your first daughter like early, like like the 20s is typically when you're sort of out adventuring and like was
Mhm.
that a challenging time for you or was that like something that you'd always dreamed of being a young mother?
Basically I enjoyed my single life, my
Yeah,
young youth. I already enjoyed
yeah,
my youth. So when I got pregnant, I really wanted a kid by that time.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Believe me or not, I really wanted a kid. Seeing them growing right now, like we tend to have the same hobbies, since we are not really, I'm really not that old, right? So
yeah, yeah, yeah,
basically, the trending in this generation, I still can get into it with my
yeah,
especially with my eldest. So we do things like, yeah, we dance. she,
yeah,
she she likes to dance. So technically, we have a lot of things that we love doing together. So
yeah.
having a kid by that time, I really don't regret, because I wanted a kid.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Even my children, my wife was 23 when we had our first child, and I think that like when you're like there's beauty in whatever you decide, right? If you want to have children when you're young, then it's going to be amazing. If you wanted to wait, then that's okay.
Yes.
But I think it's really cool to be able to grow with your children, and
Mm.
even for us now, like having four, I think like I don't necessarily like I think that like as these kids grow, they're just going to be doing more fun things that we can all do as a family. Like not having to worry about nappies and bottles and things like that. Like it's a bit of a blessing. Like to be,
But it's
yeah,
it's
as a
really fast. They're growing
yeah,
fast. So you have to enjoy every minute of it, every second of being
yeah,
a parent. When the kid is really when you gave birth to a baby, you have to enjoy, even if it's. I know it's really really tiring being a parent, right?
yeah,
It's really tiring. You have to think about their future, their education, things like that. But you that's what I've learned from my mom. You have to spend every second, every minute with them. That's why whenever I work, after work, when I got home, I'll be the ones going to take care of them, even if I lack
yeah,
sleep, even if I'm tired, because in that way they'll know, your kids would know that, oh, I have a parent who's taking care of me. I'm not being left behind. I'm not being left
yeah,
alone. especially I'm a single mom, right? So I really make sure that I make time for them all the time.
I like that a lot. That's cool. And that, I think that just goes to show how selfless you are as well, right? Like, you're working long hours, but and you're very conscious as well in understanding that, hey, like, these little girls aren't little girls forever. Like, it's going to be challenging and tough right now, but they're going to grow up. And like you said before at the start, like when they're young, they want to give you kisses and hugs, and you don't have to ask, right? And then they turn 15, they're like, oh, Mark, like, I'll give you a kiss before I need to, like, before my friends see.
Yes, yes, they get distant. I'm actually a bit sad for that. That's why, whenever she got home, I always ask, Ate, can you kiss me? I always,
Yeah, yeah,
Ate, can you hug me? Things like that because I mean, she don't do that by her own. So I
yeah,
really needed to ask her for that, and I really
yeah,
miss those times. If I could go back time, I really would not like them to grow.
Yeah.
It's like I'm feeling like a bit empty if they're at school
yeah,
because you don't hear them fighting, you don't hear them
yeah,
complaining. So I'm really enjoying. I just enjoy every bits and pieces of the time that I have with them since they're still kids. Even if they have done something wrong, I don't usually get mad easily. I shout at
yeah,
them, but I don't hit them. I don't as much as possible. I would talk to them privately,
yeah,
Yeah.
especially with my youngest, because she tends to not understand things like what normal
yeah,
Yeah.
kids do.
of
So
course.
as much as I can, I have to be patient. I have to be more understanding. What was the reason why they're doing that? I needed to know exactly what's the root cause, why they're being distant, why they're throwing tantrums. Because in that way you would know exactly, you would know what to do next, right? So understanding them more would really help you in in bonding with them together, and at the same time they will learn from you. They you would know exactly what would you needed to let them know or teach them. that's how
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I believe being a parent, right? That's actually what I do with my kids. I talk to them every night because I actually been uh, renting an apartment previously before virtual spotter. So I've been away for a year. I just go home like 2 days after 2 weeks. So I miss them.
wow,
So when I got hired here in virtual spotter, I always wanted to be sleeping beside them
yeah,
every night. Even my eldest, she has her own room, but I would really like her to sleep in my room. We are actually
yeah,
twin the bed, and with
yeah,
the dog. So
yeah,
every night, whenever we don't have, I don't have work tomorrow, or my kids, every weekend, before weekend, let's say Friday night, we always sleep late because we
yeah,
always talk. We
yeah,
it's like it's called chismis here in the Philippines.
yeah,
We talk a lot about all things like school stuff, for friends,
yeah,
my work, even crushes. Yeah,
yeah.
because
That's
That's
cool.
cool.
I wanted to expose her in things like that because she's growing fast. My eldest,
Of
Of
she's
course.
course.
growing fast. So I wanted to teach her, things, what is difference between right and wrong, especially this
Yes.
Yes.
generation. It's not like what we have before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have social media, so kids before would not tend to have anxieties,
Yeah.
getting jealous with what other people have, things like that. But now, as you can see, for social media, they tend to post a lot of things that can alter a teenage life, right? A teenage brain. So I always tell her, that you know what's right and wrong. You know
Yeah.
things that I will get mad of. You know the things that's good for you. You know your friends that will be good for you. It's up to you. But I just tell her that I'm always here to guide her. If I don't say that I'm perfect. I'm a perfect mom that can say good things. I do make bad things. I do have mistakes, but as much as possible I try to let my kids know that doing mistakes is good. It's just that as long as you're not um doing bad to people, it's okay. You can always correct your
Yeah,
mistakes. That's what I always tell
for
them.
sure.
I like that, boss. What are your goals? Do you have any goals at the moment that you're working towards?
What do you mean here in?
Yeah, like like, do you have any? Is there any goals that you have personally that you're trying to achieve, or anything that you aspire to do?
I actually, actually, my goal it's like a long term goal. I would really love to have a coffee shop with my
Yeah,
baked goods, and the reason for that is because when I die, I wanted something that I can, I know that my kids can inherit, especially the knowledge. The
yeah,
knowledge, yeah, because if you don't have the knowledge, let's say in baking, technically it won't it won't succeed.
yeah, for
And at
sure.
the same time you have to be working hard. So yeah, my goal right as of the moment, I am actually trying to earn money to like open up a small coffee shop.
I love that, boss. Very entrepreneurial. Uh, Awesome, boss. Well, it's been wonderful to sit down and learn more about you and your life and yeah, like your upbringing. I appreciate your time very much, and I also appreciate you sharing all that with us. You're a gem. Very grateful to have you in Virtual Spotter, and I look forward to a very long, healthy future together, boss.
The pleasure is mine, boss. I'm really, really grateful with Virtual Spotter. Thank you so much.
Salamat, boss. I'll talk soon.
You have a good day, boss. Bye.
I will do. Bye, Nina. Bye. Absolute superstar, boss Nina, spitting knowledge. Make it happen. What are we talking about? Is that like the ultimate value to live by? Um, yeah, really, really cool chat. I'm sure that you'll like that as much as I did. Boss Nina. Thank you so much for tuning in to 11 Minutes with My Lodi. Until next week, a peace.